Hi, this is Umair. I'm back with another Photoshop tutorial. In my previous videos, I explained you that how to use selections inside of Photoshop. Please check out my previous video, 11th part, if you haven't seen yet. So in this part, I will talk further about selection techniques inside Photoshop. Now I will use this tool. Just right click on it and click on lasso tool. Alright, what it will do is it will let you select the area of image of in any shape. Like I will click the left mouse button, alright, and then I can drag my mouse button anywhere inside my image, and then I need to connect both the corners. So you can see that this area has been selected. This is the use of this tool. The options for this tool are the same as it was for the marquee tools, so there is not much difference. So now let's come to the polygonal lasso tool to remove the previous selection. Let's press Ctrl D to remove the previous selection, and now I will click on polygonal lasso tool. So click on it, and what it will do is it will let you click at one place, and then it will draw a line until you click the second point inside the image. So I will have to select this greenish area from this image. Now I will click right here, alright, and then I will click here, and then I will make up a round border around this image. Alright, so I will connect both the borders. So you can see that this area has been selected. It's very important tool if you have an image that contains the straight lines or straight borders, and that needs to be selected. So this area is very important for you to learn. Now let's come to the more efficient tool. This is magnetic lasso tool. Alright, so now let's first remove the previous selection from the image. Let's press Ctrl D. Alright, now I will select the area that is this bluish and green. Alright, then I will click right here, and then I will drag my mouse button. It will keep on detecting the difference of colors. Alright, so you can see that it is detecting the difference of color between green and blue and drawing the anchor points onto my path. Alright, I need to drag the mouse just over that border. Alright, so you can see that how it is intelligent, that it is detecting it and keep on selecting the edges. Alright, and then I will come right here, then I will click on this X. So you can see that my greenish area have been selected. Now I can drag this area anywhere by pressing V, and then I can drag it anywhere onto my canvas. Alright, now I'll press Ctrl Z to get back. Alright, it works really well if there is a huge contrast and huge color difference between the content inside the image, like this greenish area and this bluish area. But it produces some problems when there is a less difference between the colors or a less contrast between the content inside an image. Then it will also select that area that you don't want to be selected. So in that case this tool doesn't work, but if there is a huge contrast of image, it will work really well. Alright, so this was all for these three tools. These are very important. I hope you practice it by your own inside your system. So now let's come to the most important selection tools, quick selection tools and magic wand tool. Okay, now let's first right click and select the quick selection tool, and let's remove the previous selection from the image. Press Ctrl D. Alright, now what if I want to select the whole bluish area? Alright, I will click right here. You can see that it has selected this circle. Alright, then I will click again. So you can see that it keeps on detecting the color range, alright, or the contrast or the brightness inside an image, and add my new selection area into the previous selection area. Alright, I have selected this area. Now I will click right here. So you can see that it has detected the color, bluish color, from the above selected area. As I clicked the same color, just at the bottom of this image, it has combined the selections and it has selected all the areas that comes within that color range. Alright, now if I need to select this area, I will click on it, so you can see that it has selected this bluish area. So you can see it, how intelligent it is. It is keep on selecting and adding the new selection into the previous selection. Alright, if you want to subtract the new selection into previous selection, you can just select right here. Now if I click right here, you can see that this circular area has been selected from the previous selection. Okay, so you can see that how important this tool is. Now let's click this tool. Alright, and then select this area again. Okay, now I need to select this bluish area inside this greenish um, donut type shape. Alright, then I will click right here, so you can see that all these bluish area around this donut and inside this donut type shape has been selected. So how intelligent this tool can be. Alright, now let's experiment it again. Now first let's remove the previous selected area and press Ctrl D. Now I will select this greenish area. I will click right here. I will click here. So you can see that it is detecting the greenish area and it has selected all the green area from this image. Alright, so it works really well if you have a lot of things to select from the image. So it depends on the project that you are working on. Please try to practice it by your own as well, in your own examples, in on different images. Alright, so now let's remove the selection and now let's come to this magic wand tool. Alright, what it does is it automatically select a particular color. Alright, in the quick selection tool, it first selected the circular area from the image and then it detects the area that has already been selected and merge that selected area inside the new area. Alright, now I will click magic wand tool and I will click on this area. Alright, so you can see that it has selected the area that matches the color on which I just clicked on. And if I want to select this area, alright, it has selected the area that has, because the above portion of this image is a bit lighter blue color and the down portion is a bit darker blue. Alright, you can also increase the tolerance right here. Right now it has been set to the 32. If I set to the 50 and then I will click, you can see that it has selected the more area because the tolerance has been increased. It has merged the less brighted bluish area of the image and the dark brighted area. If you want to merge the previous selected area into new area, so you need to press shift and then click again. It will merge the new area into the previous selected area. Now I'll click right here. It has selected this area to this area. Alright, if I want to remove any content, any area from the image, then I will press Alt and then I will click right here. You can see that it has subtracted the selected area which was near to the color or the contrast or the brightness where I just clicked on. Alright, now I will click again by pressing shift, so you can see that it has been selected. Now I will keep on pressing shift and then I will click right here, so you can see that all the bluish area from this image have been selected. Alright, now let's check it out on the greenish color. Let's press Ctrl D to deselect the image. Alright, now let's press shift and click on greenish area. You can see that this area, the darker area, have been selected. If I used to increase the tolerance, it would have been selected the above some area of this greenish color. Alright, now let's press shift and click right here again. Alright, and keep on clicking until don't click outside this greenish area. Alright, so I think that it has selected all the greenish area from this image. Now let's press Alt and scroll the mouse to zoom in. You can see that there are some area right here. Because it is considering it a white color, that's why it has not selected. So let's click on this tool and press shift and click right here to select this area. There are small dots as well which are just neglected. Alright, so I think that all the greenish area have been selected. So it is very important tool. I use it most as compared to the other selection tools because it really helps me to work with by changing the tolerance or changing the different sizes of the image. Alright, so this was all for these tools. Now let's come to one of the very efficient tool. Once you have selected any particular area from the image and you want to let's do it with this image. Alright, because there are some uh, feathers inside this image. Let's zoom in so you can see that it is very difficult to select this area. Alright, so now we will try to cover as much as bluish part to select from this image. Alright, now let's select magic wand tool and click right here. You can see that the bluish area have been selected. Now let's press shift and click right here. This bluish area have also been selected. Let's press here and come right here and let's press D. So you can see that the bluish area have been selected, but if we zoom in, you will analyze that there are some portions, the lighter bluish portions have been neglected by this magic wand tool. Alright, now let it be selected and click this refine edge tool. It will not be enabled if you haven't selected any portion from the image. It will only be enabled if you have selected any portion from the image. So you can see that this portion have been selected and click right here. Alright, let's zoom out first. Alright, a bit, and then click here. Alright, first you can view the selected area in different formats, in different views. In the blackish area, that will show you the actual selected area from the image. The blackish area is not selected and the bluish area have been selected. You can see it in the black and white color and black and white color and the transparent colors. So you can see that if I move the selected area from this image, how would it be looked like. Alright, because if I move this bluish area, this will be the transparent. Alright, so let it be the marching ants. Alright, now let's make it a bit more efficient. Alright, now I will click on this smart radius and then I will try to increase its value. Okay, so you can see that keep on focusing right here. Alright, so you can see that it is getting a bit more intelligent. It is also selecting the lighter bluish color which is also covering the whitish color from the image and making it the part of the selected area of this image. Alright, so this radius tool is very important if you have feathers or some blur area inside the image that you want to select. Alright, so I think that this is pretty fine. We don't want to select this whitish area. Alright, now let's make it a bit smooth. It will remove the cuts from the selected area, but it will not work really well if you have a lot of blur area or the feathers inside the image. Because if I increase its value, you can see that these corners of the whitish color have also been included inside that selected area, so it is not really work well. If you have a straight lines or some borders or corners but not the transparent areas from the image, then it will work fine. Feathers are the thing that will remove the corners again and it will make the selected area a bit curved. Okay, so you can see that this have been a bit curvy, so I think that this has to be 0 as well. Now let's shift the edge. So you can see that if I want to shift all the pixels of the selected area to the left side, I can do it with it. Alright, so you can see that it is being shifted to the left. Alright, let it be right here. Okay, now the last thing that I want to show you is the output too, that it has been default selected to the selection. What does it mean is if I have changed the settings from this refine edge tool and if I click OK, it will make changes to this same layer, this background layer. Alright, if I want to make these changes and bring the content, the selected content, in our case this is the bluish color, the background, inside the new layer, then I need to select it, the new layer. Alright, now it has been selected. Now I will click OK. So you can see that the selected area is on the new layer. Alright, and this layer have been switched off. Okay, now I will zoom out so you can see that how efficient it is and how well it is to select any particular area. So these are very important if you want to change the background of the image, which I will do in my next the maybe the 13th or 14th part of this series. So stay tuned for the next parts. I hope that you have liked this video and learned something more interesting and cool from this video. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next part.